Beloved child of God, heaven is not preparing you for hype, it's preparing you for holy handling. You've been asking for wealth, and God heard you. But here's the truth no one talks about. The same door that opens to release provision also opens a battlefield. You've been praying for overflow, but with overflow comes exposure. With elevation comes scrutiny. With new rooms come new resistance. This is why the pressure increased before the promise. This is why the attacks came after you got serious. Not because you're off track, but because you're dangerous to darkness. Yes, wealth is coming, but not to decorate your life, to deliver others through your obedience. This is kingdom wealth, the kind that breaks generational curses, the kind that builds houses of refuge, the kind that funds vision, not vanity. But listen, if God gave it to you last year, it would have crushed you. So He built your discernment before your deposits, your character before your contacts, your spirit before your strategy. The blessing of the Lord brings wealth without painful toil for it. Proverbs 10:22, wealth is coming, but so is war, and both are proof you're on divine schedule. If you feel this in your spirit, comment, I receive the wealth and I'm ready for the war. Then keep listening, because heaven's not just blessing you, it's trusting you. Chapter 1. The signs of divine increase and spiritual warfare. Beloved child of God, you may have noticed the unseen shift, the stirring beneath your spirit, the subtle intensifying of pressure around you. This is no accident. This is the hallmark of a season breaking open. The wealth you've prayed for is not arriving quietly. It comes wrapped in signs, signs you cannot afford to ignore. First, there is pressure. The nights grow longer. Rest seems fleeting. But remember David's cry, even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Psalm 23, verse 4. This pressure is not your enemy. It is God's refining fire, preparing you for what lies ahead. Next, the shifting of relationships. Those once close may drift away. Others will surface, their intentions unclear. Bad company corrupts good character. 1 Corinthians 15:33. God is pruning your circle, creating sacred space for what's coming. Then come the doors, some shimmering, some shadowed. Opportunities that demand discernment, for not every door is a gateway to blessing. Test all things, hold fast what is good. 1 Thessalonians 5:21. Peace in your spirit will be your compass. Most importantly, there is the call to stewardship, a movement from dreaming to managing, from chasing to cultivating. Moreover, it is required of stewards that they be found faithful. 1 Corinthians 4:2. This is no casual season. Faithfulness in the small things will secure the greater. Lastly, an inner transformation begins. Impulse quiets. Generosity stirs even before abundance arrives. He who is faithful in a very little is faithful also in much. Luke 16:10. You are being shaped to carry weight without losing heart. Beloved, this is the sound of heaven, clearing the runway for your increase. The signs are undeniable. Your readiness is being tested. The battle is real, but so is the promise. Stand steady. Your breakthrough is on the horizon. Chapter 2. Preparing for the battle. Behind the blessing, beloved child of God. As the wealth approaches, so too does the war. A war not always loud, but always real. This is not the conflict you see with eyes, but the one waged in the spirit. The enemy does not surrender territory quietly. He fights fiercely for every inch of ground. Remember the words of Ephesians 6:12. For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the cosmic powers over this present darkness. This battle comes in many forms: whispers of doubt that threaten your peace, offers that tempt your integrity, relationships stretched thin by jealousy or misunderstanding, invisible chains of fear, pride, and weariness trying to bind your hands. But know this: the presence of war means you are on the edge of breakthrough. God does not send you into battle unarmed. He equips you with the full armor of light. The helmet of salvation guards your mind from lies. The breastplate of righteousness shields your heart from condemnation. The sword of the Spirit, His word, pierces deception, and the shield of faith extinguishes every fiery dart aimed at your purpose. The war is strategic. You will face counterfeits disguised as blessings, contracts with hidden traps, partnerships that demand too much, voices that seek to steal your peace and distort your mission. Therefore, be vigilant. Guard your heart above all else. Proverbs 4:23. Stay rooted in prayer. Remain steadfast in the Word, and never forget, every test is a training ground, every attack a refining moment. Beloved, the weight of what God is entrusting to you requires strength, not just in your hands, but in your spirit. Prepare yourself to stand firm. This battle is not a sign of failure, it is a sign of favor. Because only those who carry heaven's treasure face the fiercest opposition. Your breakthrough is near. Your assignment is sacred. The war will come, but so will the victory. Chapter 3. Stewardship, the heartbeat of divine trust. Beloved child of God, wealth is not a prize to be hoarded or a badge to be worn. It is a sacred trust, a seed entrusted to your hands by heaven itself. Before the blessing lands, God is testing your heart for stewardship, because true increase flows only through faithful vessels. Listen to the word. Moreover, it is required of stewards that they be found faithful. 1 Corinthians 4:2. Stewardship is not about the size of the gift, but the faithfulness in handling it. It is the quiet discipline in the shadows, the obedience when no one is watching. Your journey is no longer about accumulation, but multiplication. The wealth you will carry is not for indulgence, but for impact. It will build houses of refuge for the broken, fund voices that have long been silenced, and seed solutions for problems only you can solve. Notice the transformation inside you. The impatience replaced by patience, the impulse traded for purpose, the hunger for more shifting toward gratitude and generosity. This is no accident. It is the work of God, shaping you into a steward worthy of His trust. Remember Joseph, who managed Pharaoh's resources with wisdom, Genesis 41. Remember Solomon, who asked for wisdom to govern well, 1 Kings 3. Your hands are being trained for a kingdom assignment. Every act of faithfulness today lays the foundation for tomorrow's legacy. Do not despise small beginnings. The mustard seed faith becomes the tree that shelters many. The servant who manages little will be given more. Luke 16:10. God is preparing you to carry much without being crushed. Beloved, wealth is coming. But more than wealth, responsibility is coming. A call to lead with integrity, to steward with humility, and to serve with love. Your life is being written as a testimony, not just of prosperity, but of faithfulness. This is your moment to rise as a steward of heaven's trust. Stand firm in the quiet work, for in stewardship, the kingdom advances. Chapter 4. The solitude of elevation. Beloved child of God, as you rise, you will notice the room growing quieter, not because you have changed, but because elevation isolates. The higher you climb, the fewer who truly understand your journey. This solitude is not rejection, it is preservation. Remember Jesus in the wilderness, alone but unshaken, preparing for his purpose. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. Isaiah 43:2. Your solitude is a sacred space where clarity sharpens and your spirit aligns. In this silence, the noise of the world fades, and you begin to hear God's voice more clearly. You discern who walks with you in struggle and who is connected only to convenience. The circle tightens, not to starve you of love, but to protect you from sabotage. Elevation is a filter. It removes what cannot stand the weight of your calling. Beloved, do not fear this solitude. It is the crucible of clarity, strength, and peace. Here, God is strengthening you to carry what many cannot. Stand firm in the quiet. Your breakthrough is being forged in this very season. Chapter 5. The Authority of Peace. Beloved child of God, peace is your greatest authority. When the world pressures you to rush, when contracts, offers, and alliances scream urgency, remember this. If your peace leaves while the pen is in your hand, it's not God's yes. Let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts. Colossians 3:15. Peace is not passive. It is power. It is the quiet throne from which you govern decisions. It guards your heart and keeps your mission pure. The enemy will try to rob your peace, to distract you, to confuse you, to lead you into compromises that fracture your purpose. But you have been trained in the fire, tested in the silence. Your spirit is a fortress. Do not mortgage your conviction for momentary gain. Divine provision never demands you sacrifice integrity. Hold fast to peace. It is the soundboard of God's approval. Your authority rises not in noise or spectacle, but in the steady calm of a heart aligned with heaven. Beloved, your peace is a declaration. I will steward what God entrusts without fear, without compromise. Stand firm. Your peace is your power, and with it, no weapon formed against you will prosper. Chapter 6. The Crown of Forgiveness. Beloved child of God, as your elevation unfolds, the past will come knocking. Old wounds, forgotten offenses, those who wronged you in seasons behind. But here is your crown. Forgiveness without reopening every door. Forgive as the Lord forgave you. Colossians 3:13. Forgiveness is not weakness. It is strength wrapped in mercy. It frees your hands to carry new assignments, unburdened by resentment. You don't need to justify every hurt or replay every slight. Release the courtroom in your heart. No verdict is needed to move forward. The enemy would love to chain you to bitterness, but God is calling you to royal freedom, to bless without binding, to let go without losing your peace. This crown is heavy, but it is holy. It distinguishes the faithful steward from the captive soul. It signals you are ready to lead with tenderness and teeth, soft where love is needed, steel where corruption tries to take root. Beloved, wear forgiveness like armor. It is your authority. It is your inheritance. Your legacy will be written not only in wealth, but in grace that outlasts every trial. Stand strong. Your crown awaits. Chapter 7. The Legacy Beyond Wealth. Beloved child of God, the blessing you carry is more than money. It is legacy. Wealth is a tool, not the destination. What heaven entrusts to you will plant seeds that outlive your lifetime. A good person leaves an inheritance for their children's children. Proverbs 13:22. Your faithfulness writes history. Your generosity opens doors for voices unheard. Your stewardship builds refuge where none existed. Prepare not just for increase, but for impact. The true measure of your rise is how many you lift along the way. This is your divine assignment. Your legacy will echo in eternity. Stand ready. Your life is more than wealth. It is a movement. Beloved child of God, you have been prepared for this moment, a divine season of increase, authority, and legacy. No longer hidden, no longer waiting. You stand ready to receive what heaven has timed perfectly. Declare this now. I am faithful. I am ready. I carry the peace and power of God. I will steward every blessing with wisdom and grace. I walk in forgiveness. I lead with integrity, and I build for generations. The doors are opening. The assignments are clear. Your breakthrough is not luck. It is destiny. Rise with confidence. Your season is now, and heaven trusts you.